Hi, it's me again, attempting another recorded video. That's 2 this week. It's a Christmas miracle. Okay, I put together what I'm calling journal assemblage collections or kits, whichever way you want to call them. But in Etsy, they are called journal assemblage kit. This is collection number 1. I also have collection number 2 over there that I'm going to show you. They are both up in the Etsy shop. There's almost everything in here that you need to make this book. The only thing I didn't do, and I will from here on out, it was kind of a misstep on my part, was add a piece of fabric or paper for the spine. This cover I just kind of quickly put together this morning, and I used a piece of burgundy fabric that I already had painted, so it doesn't really match the corners. I think I'm going to prefer black on these covers, so you may see me on later this evening making a black spine. You just don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go through this box, and I'm going to try and go quick so this video isn't really long, because it would be really hard to put in the description box on Etsy everything that's in these boxes. It would take me a month. So hopefully folks that find the listing on Etsy see the link to the YouTube video. And I haven't yet found a way to put a clickable link in an Etsy description. If that's possible, could you please leave me a comment and tell me how to do that? All I know how to do is put the link in, and then in parentheses it says copy and paste this link and into your little browser window at the top, and it'll bring you to this video from the Etsy store. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, if you don't know how to get to my Etsy store, the link is in the description box below. And you can also just type in www.junkjournalshop.com, and that will take you right to my Etsy store. And there's a way to do that on Etsy. I did it a million years ago. I don't remember how now, but you pay a fee I can't remember if it's monthly or yearly. You get your domain, and then you can link it to whatever you want. So that's how I do that. So off we go. I'm just in love with this tissue paper. So when I open the box, you will see this tissue. It's giant. That's folded in half with all of the fun letters. It's just yummy. All right, so here we go. I know there's things sticking out just because I just had it open a minute ago. So when you open it, it will be packaged a tiny bit prettier than this. The sticker isn't down yet. Each package in the box will have one of these stickers so that you know collection number 1, so that if you happen to have taken out a piece and set it aside, and then what did it go with? It's right there, collection number 1. All right, I'm going to move the box out of my way and just start piling it up over here. All right, so in the first package, I don't have these sealed yet so that I can show them to you. You will get one piece of, how long is that? That's a 12-inch piece of headband material. You will get, I can never remember the name of this. It's the mesh for putting over your spine after you've sewn the signatures in. Yep, lost my words. Of course I did, because I'm recording a video. If I was live, you guys could help me. So after you stitch your signatures onto your template, glue that down, and it'll keep everything nice and secure. I've given you a signature punch template, so you just cut both of these out, score this right down the middle, and then that's where you set that down in your signature block and punch your holes. And then when you go to stitch them in, they will line up perfectly. This, here's your two Masonite boards. You will notice that it's a, oopsie, there we go. It's a little bit shorter than the board. That's by design, so that once you put your headband on there, top and bottom, it fits perfectly. And let me see if I can show you. It will fit perfectly, and your pages won't be sticking out. They'll be recessed just a little bit, because these boards are 8 3/4 by 5 3/4. So if you take an 8 1/2 by 11 and fold it in half, it'll fit perfectly, and you'll have an 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Okay, so you get your templates, get your headband material, your mesh. Somebody tell me. You get your two Masonite boards. You get a piece of chip for your spine. This isn't real thick chip. The spine I made this morning, I just cut out 2 pieces, and this template is for a 1 3/4 inch. I should have noted that. So I just cut out 2 pieces, you know, this height, which I think is 8 1/2 by 1 3/4, glued them together, let them dry, and then I put my spine together. And then this is my digi. You will get front and back cover. Again, you will notice that the height is fine, but the width is a little short. Again, by design. If you look at this cover, you see this line here and here. If I made this digi the width of this board, you would barely have room to get your spine fabric on and still have all this gorgeousness show. So glue this on here with this edge flush to this side. You'll still have a little bit of the board showing, but it will get covered up when you put your paper or fabric down on the spine, right? See, same thing on the back. You still have all the gorgeousness showing through. Okay, so that's the first pack. Everything you need to make the cover. Now, when I get to the second box, I won't have to explain that part, and I can just quickly show you guys everything that's in the box. I think. Trying not to rush when I'm rushing. I always want to just make 15-minute videos, and they end up being 45 minutes. All right, that's packet number 1. In the second pack, there's your sticker to tell you which kit it came from. Not all the pages will be the same in these, because I had a stack this high of my digis that I had printed with the laser printer, and so they all just got, you got the same amount, they're just all different. So that's my digi, that's mine. If you see one of these you like that I say is mine, it's in my Etsy shop. This is the postcard. You cut it out, you fold it in half, you cut that square out, put a piece of acetate and something behind it, and you have cutie patootie. Here are some William Morris pages. These are some digital graph papers that I printed out. And then there's just some random, oh, I haven't put this in my Etsy shop yet, but I have it. I have the real one still stuck to the book page. So I just put 4 on a page and included them. Then I've got just some random papers. I'm not sure what this is, but it almost feels like fabric. I think these are typing paper. You'll get 2 that are a little bit crunched. These were sitting by a stack when I was dyeing paper. There's all different kinds. There's some ledger. There's some composition. This is some old math, not new math. There's some blank ledger, which I love when it goes this way for our journals. Then there's different kinds of book pages, shorthand, math, music, and I've included a piece of acetate. So that's what's in the second batch. Now in this first kit, I've added some extra tools. in the future kits, there won't be as many. The price won't be the same. It'll, the price will be different, but I just wanted you guys to have these things the first go around if you don't have them. So I've included one of my favorite alls. You'll get a neutral color of wax linen and bookbinding needle, some double-sided tape. Some of them are 1 inch, some are half an inch. You get, there's 2 more of these somewhere. You get 2 of these and 2 laundry pins and 2 metal pen nibs, both vintage. They must have run amok in the box somewhere. Let's see, how am I doing? Does it tell me how long I've been on? Oh, 11 minutes already. Yeah, this one's gonna be a little longer. Sorry. All right, what's next? Oh, see, there's the pin. All right, there will be vintage ephemera of some sort. This is an old mail bag where you just put whatever you were sending in the bag, cinched it closed, and then addressed it. And they would put the postage usually on the back or right there. It says stamps here. And here, this is part of the new set of vintage love letters I got. And these are typed, and they are from her. She was in Denver, Colorado. He was in South America. So those are fun. This packet has 3 vintage book labels and a vintage check. That goes in there. That goes in there. Look, I knew I'd find it all. There's the other pen nib. All right, then we've got a couple more little ephemera type packs. This one's got some playing cards, an index card, a Tundex card that already has vintage tape on it, a little photo slide, and they've all got 1 or 2, not sure, pieces of stamped fabric in them. And then what's in this one? In this pack, we've got one of the photo slides that goes behind the little guy. Some washi stickers. There's another piece of stamped fabric in there, a vintage picnic bride ticket, and that's just a little white envelope with a window. I think this is English, French, and Spanish coat room check, a time card, and 2 different index cards. We're almost there. For box 1, we're almost there. And then if you lift up, don't forget to lift up the tissue in this box, because there were a couple of items that wouldn't fit in my bag. So there's 1 index yellow sheet. There's 1 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. 1 looks to be 12 by 12 braille. 2 big pieces of drawing paper and a big piece of the green painter's masking paper. So those are kind of tucked in there snug. All right, so that's what's in box number 1. Again, in the Etsy shop. And don't panic if you purchased one from me yesterday. I will adjust your pricing. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right, that's number 1. And here comes number 2. Number 2 is a bigger box. It's a craft box. In this one, everything is the same in this pack, except the cover is different. It's the Handy Day book. And again, this is a digi in my shop. Oops. Yeah. There we go. Front and back. And same thing with the width. Just make sure when you cut it out that you take the outside edges to the outside edges before you put your fine fabric or paper on. Right, so there's that piece. This packet is pretty much the same. You get a couple of playing cards, index card, tune decks, some vintage, there's vintage labels, the fabric, and your little slide. You get 10 of the vintage laundry pins that are blanks. You get your wax linen and your needle. There is no awl in this one, but you get a sheet of vintage tape and one Victorian album page to play with. In this pack, you get one of the vintage love letters in an envelope, two that didn't have envelopes, a photograph, and some vintage labels. This is the box that the vintage laundry pins set in. I just thought it would be fun if you wanted to put your pins in it or use this for mixed media. Oh, this one's got a tiny double-sided tape. In this one, I added a really big piece of the craft colored painter's masking paper. So you have that to play with. And then here comes your giant pack of papers. And this one's got more paper. Number 2 has more paper than number 1. Alright, here we go. This is my digi. That one's mine. And that one's mine. This was a fun ledger that I got. I had to make a digi out of that. And then there's all different William Morris papers. And again, these will vary in each box, the colors and whatnot. That's just a grungy page. This telegram is one of my digis. And here's another one of the fun drawn ledgers. That's also one of mine. Then we get to some different kinds of paper. This index card has a letter. This is some rag paper, and I love using rag paper. After I've sewn my signatures in, I glue a piece of rag paper down onto the wax linen to bind it. This 2 pieces of tea-dyed paper. There's your math paper. This one also has green painter's masking paper. One small scrapbook page. This is some handmade paper that I got from Michelle Scott's sale. A couple more signatures of book pages. Some of the grungy, little bit of tea dye on them. You do get a tabbed page. You get a piece of acetate. The linen-y signature. Graph pages. Composition folio. Ledger folio. Another ledger. Keeps going on. Embossed on envelope. What's this? Some kind of a card application. Some kind of application. An embossed doily. Little envelope. Some tickets. A vintage bridge score sheet. Some more vintage paper and forms. Some more vintage book pages. Your Ex Libris plates. This one also has the 12 by 12 braille. And I'm not sure if these are William Morris or not, but these placemats and these tea dye wonderfully. So, whew, there. We made it through both boxes. Now, I've got one more listing. Sorry, Amazon is delivering outside. I've got one more listing that I put up. And cue the dog to bark. Okay, we'll just put this stuff away real quick before I show you the next thing, why the dog barks. Alright, I did add another listing to my Etsy shop. And it's listed as a digital. What it says build my cover. And on the thumbnail, it says build my cover. Your finished cover will be added to your kit order. So if you purchase one of these kits and you want me to make your cover for you and put it in there, it's $20 for me to make your cover. So you buy your kit and then also purchase the build my cover, and I will build your cover, have it all nice and dry, and then put it in your box and ship your box off. So also I put a note, if you see a digi in my shop that you like and you want me to make you a cover, send me a message. Or, just make that purchase of Build My Cover. And if you make the purchase of Build My Cover and then also purchase the digi, which the digis are on sale for half off. Let me see if I can look here real quick. So for example, if you were to purchase this one, let me find it real quick. Ledger, where are you? There it is. So this one, the digi is on sale for $2.50. And it comes in 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 different prints of it. One looks like this. Another one, I took out the word ledger and I put in the word journal. They're both this size, the 8 3/4 by 5 3/4. Another one is a tall, skinny journal. And then I made 2 tiny ones. So you get 5 digis if you purchase like this cover. But anyway, if you see a digi cover you like and you want me to build you a cover, just buy that digi and then buy the Build My Cover, and I will message you to be sure that's the cover you want me to use, and I'll build you a cover. And then I would have to add shipping, so we would have to talk about that, or maybe Johnny could just make another listing for that. Anyway, all new to me, trying to sort it out. I'm going to end this video now because it ended up being 22 minutes. If you guys have any questions or comments or a way for me to do this easier, anything, I would appreciate you leaving them down below. Have a great afternoon. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, everybody.